Hello folks, welcome back. March 20th, first day of spring. Beautiful day today. The bees have been out collecting pollen and nectar off of the red maples and a little bit off of the purple dead nettle, primarily the red maples right now though. Up until this point, we've just done some initial evaluations, making sure that we have live bees that made it through winter and make sure that they don't need any food, and if so, give them a little supplement. So this is the follow-up video to the one I posted a couple weeks ago. We're now to the point we need to get in there and really look at the nest. We need to make sure we have a live viable queen, take a good look at her laying pattern and the brood, make sure the brood looks healthy. So that's what we're doing right now. Unfortunately, it's getting kind of late in the evening. It's about 6:30. It'll be dark by 8 o'clock this time of year. The girls aren't going to be happy, but I still got to get through the rest of these boxes. I'm going to bring the camera along, do a little filming, and kind of piece a few snippets together on some of the bigger ones and some of the smaller ones, so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm doing, what I'm looking for. Here pretty soon we're going to start going through and pulling the bigger ones back and bumping the smaller ones up, doing our equalization. We'll probably start that in about a week. I've got a couple small ones I might give a little bit of extra brood to yet tonight though. But at this point, we just need to make sure we got a good queen in all the boxes and make sure that they're not running too low on food. So let's get in some of these and take a quick look. A lot of bees in the box below too, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Now this queen is an F1 first generation off of a pure Carniolan breeder queen. And look at that capped brood, beautiful capped brood. We got pollen all along the edge here. Yeah, I'm happy with what I'm seeing right here. Oh, we got drone brood. And I figured this hive was strong enough that I would see some drone brood already. A lot of captive brood. I've got some other hives which are probably running every bit of 3 weeks behind this one. This one's going to have to be pulled back. I can tell that already. And I'm in the top box. This one overwintered with a single deep and a single medium. Queen's doing a good job. Let's see what we go on over here. This one's full of eggs. So the queen's been on this frame here in the last couple days because that's just all eggs. And we got larvae and a tremendous amount of pollen on this side. Let's see what we got on this frame over here next to the feeder. Ooh, this one's heavy. They've got this one packed full of food. Yeah, and that's what I would have expected. Because as far as they're concerned, that's the outside of their brood nest. This one and the next frame over is just solid food stores. Let's see what we got going on here. This one, I don't really think there's a problem with the queen. I just think she's a little handicapped with not a lot of bees. So we're going to take a look at her. Yeah, so she's got a little nest going on there. She's just hurting in a lack of bees. I do see some young ones. So they are slowly getting the nest turned over, but it looks like it's pretty slow. Okay, there's the queen. I think there's no problems here. What I'm going to do is center this nest over a little bit though. I've got most of the entry closed down and their nest is actually closest to the opening. I don't like it being that close to any cool drafts that might be coming in. So we're going to ease these frames back together. And like I said, I've got a small frame of brood I'm going to give them. This has got a small amount of brood and some pollen on it and some nurse bees. I'm going to put this right on the outside edge of that nest. Her nest is here. This is right on the outside edge. I'm going to drop a couple more frames on the far outside. This will bring it over a little bit, not quite centered, but a little bit farther away from the entry. I've got the entry closed down pretty small on this hive because they were small. So let's pop a couple frames back in. See if we can then find another. Okay, this is a nice, this one's got some food in it. Get it down in there. Okay. Now these girls I'm going to have to watch closely. They are small. They're about the size of a young nuke. I think she's going to be fine. I think toward the end of the week, I'm going to give her one more frame of brood from another one of the bigger, stronger hives that are just boiling over at this point. I've got to pull back some of them, so that's perfect. You just kind of ease a frame in here and there. You don't put it in the middle of their original nest. You put it on the outside of the nest, right up against it. That way they still share some heat. The nurse bees will get along just fine. She'll get a flush of fresh bees coming out. This frame had some good fresh pollen, more pollen than what I saw in the hive. That's good too. So I'm going to give these guys a little more supplement, button them back up, and I'll check them here in about a week. Other than just taking a peek at the tops, I haven't been in this at all. Haven't disturbed them. Several frames of bees there though. That's promising. Got a few bees stuck on here, but look at all those hive beetles. This was put in a week ago. Yeah, I hate to lose a few bees, but getting rid of those hive beetles is a good thing. What we got here now? Oh, there's a lot of nectar down in there. They're getting nectar off of these maples, looks like. That's good. So they'll burn through that pretty quick in these rainy days, but I feel a little better. Getting late in the evening, they're not going to be very happy. But I got to get through all these hives. I got to make sure that we've got viable queens in these coming out of winter. And yeah, we do. Honestly, I don't think this one's got a marked queen in it. I remember this particular queen and two of its sisters I have. They were late May, early June queens last year. But I don't believe this one got marked. We'll find out here. I don't see her, I'm not too concerned about that. Late in the day, they don't like this. You see they settle back real quick too. Yeah. Brood of all ages. We've got good pollen stores around the outside of the brood nest. A lot of capped brood and some eggs down in there where they've already started to emerge. She's been back in there laying, and there she is. There's our unmarked queen right there. Where'd she go? See, I looked away. There she is. Okay, we're going to take this opportunity to go ahead and mark last year's queen. I usually don't do this with gloves on. I don't like to. These are fairly thin. The reason I wear gloves, I don't like propolis. Okay, there's our queen. Just very gently put her up here. And pick her up by her wings, ease her back down on the frame. Look, no harm, no foul. She's going about her business like nothing ever happened. And that's what I like as a calm queen. Honestly, this hive's typically a lot calmer than this too. Again, it's getting late in the evening, it's starting to cool off. They don't like it. So, we're going to very gently put her back in here. And we're going to slowly ease these frames together. I don't want to squish her. I don't want to roll her. There we go. Now, at the same time, I'm going to take a quick look at these other two outer frames. I'm going to move them over. Go ahead and center this nest up just a little bit. I'll think she's doing a pretty good job. Looks like she came through winter a little on the small side. I think she's doing a pretty good job coming out of winter. It looks like they're turning the nest over pretty good. Again, we've got a tremendous amount of pollen all the way around the brood nest. So they've got some food, good foods coming in. Now they will go through that pretty quick, like I keep saying. We've got one more real nice day tomorrow. It's going to be about 70. They will be able to really capitalize on these maple trees. A little bit of dead nettle starting to bloom. So they'll get a little bit of nectar and a tremendous amount of pollen. Then we've got 2 days coming of wet weather. Oh, good pollen frame there. It's getting kind of dark. Yeah, good pollen frame. After 7 o'clock. It's getting kind of late. I just want to take a very, very, very brief look at these girls. At one time they had a probably half or so pound of pollen supplement here, and they have definitely used it all. So I'm usually never in these hives this late. I'm just trying to get through all of them, make sure that we got laying queens in them. We're just going to pop right in, right here in the middle, see what we got going on. Yep, we got a laying queen. I mean, just that fast. And that's really all I need to know at this point. I don't need to be tearing this nest apart. I just wanted to make sure that we have a laying queen in all these hives. Up until now, I've just been taking a peek down through between the edges to make sure that they survived winter. We'll take a look at one more frame here. Try not to get them too upset with me, but they are not happy. Yeah, looking great. And looking down below it, they got lots of bees in the bottom box, looks like, too. So that's really all I need to know at this point. Okay, overwintered nuke, that's all I need to see. We got brood of all stages, we got pollen. There's actually just a touch of honey still left, not much, but I do see some fresh nectar coming in too. So, next frame over is just absolutely, you know, not quite absolutely full, but it's full. So that's all I really needed to see. It's getting late at night. I don't need to be in here any more than I have to. We just need to make sure we have a viable queen coming out of winter. So there you go, a quick view at a few different hives, including a small nuke that all came through winter. Every one of these have a young, fairly young queen. They all have a summer of 2021 queen. Some of them a little later in the summer. That's why I actually marked a few of them this evening while I was in there. Just took that opportunity, find her, bring her up, make sure that she's marked so I know if they replace her or if they end up swarming and they change out a queen, then I'll know really quick, hey, I got a new queen in here. I did mark them with 2021 color instead of obviously this year. None of these queens have been through a big spring buildup. They're a little bit less likely to swarm than an older queen. That doesn't mean they're not going to try to swarm. So starting next week, we're going to start our equalization. We're going to start pulling those bigger hives back. We're going to start building up the smaller ones. Try to get everybody built up to about the same strength by mid-April. So I hope everybody follows along. I'm going to do a lot of videos step by step on what I'm doing on both the equalization and proper box management. There's a proper way of moving brood nests around and manipulating them without causing a panic inside the hive. So I hope everybody follows along. I got a lot more videos coming. Sure appreciate you watching. I'll see you next time.